Welcome to the Sport MP Scholar Athlete Initiative at the School for Conflict Analysis and Resolution. I'm your host, Solmaz Abu Ali. Today we have someone joining us from Nice, France. So we're very pleased to have him here. His name is Mr. Alexandre Durand. Alexander is the director of the Research Initiative on Sport for Development and Peace at the University of Nice. He is also the founder of an international annual peer-reviewed journal on sport for development and peace called Pax Sportiva. He is a PhD student in sport faculty and political science, as well as a junior lecturer at the University of Nice. And finally, well, not finally, there's definitely more to it here, but he is a fellow martial artist, and a funny story about how we met was actually through social media. Our karate paths had crossed, and here we are today talking about very similar things in relation to martial arts and sports and how that relates globally. So Alexander, I know you mentioned Alex is okay, so I'll go by Alex. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure.
I always like to start off with an initial question about how you got involved in sports. I know for you particularly, it's also my passion, which is karate. That's what you're involved in. So maybe I'd like to hear you talk a little bit about how karate has helped you as a person and maybe helped you in life, if it has.
Okay, you mean sport to help me in my life?
Yes, has it? And how?
Yes, sure, sport give me a lot of help in my life, because for the karate give me a structure to organize my brain, my body, to organize like a sport moment. You have a beginning, a center part of your sport, and a finish to relax. This practice through sport, you can understand the life is structured, and after your practice you can transpose this way in your life for all you have to do.
No, that's a great explanation, and that's very similar to how I see my martial arts practice and how it's translated into life. I think structure is a great word in this respect. Like almost, you're training your muscles in the physical part, and then you're also training your brain muscles to help you not only in your karate but also in life. So good. I'm glad you're finding the same things I am. Okay. Next question for you. So how did you feel that you want to carry on this benefit you have from martial arts and your involvement in sports into your profession in terms of sport and peace and sport and development? I know you're very active in this. Could you talk a little bit about maybe first your research side of your activities, and then maybe a little bit into the field practice?
Okay. So about my activities on sport for development and peace.
Yes.
First, I've started a PhD on this subject, on this topic. And now I'm continue about that. I will finish next year.
Congratulations!
Yes. Thank you very much. If all is okay, in June 2014.
Okay.
And in the same time now, I'm creating a research center on sport for development and peace. We can say SDP.
Yes, SDP.
And Um, Through this center, I hope to create a new diploma on sport for development and peace in Nice, to create like a bridge between sports sciences and political sciences, because sport for development and peace is first of all a way to build peace, and this mission, it's not normally a mission about sports management. It's first of all, it's a mission for the states, for the United Nations. Make peace is a diplomatic mission, and I try to develop some ideas here in Nice. We can combine this mission to make peace, to build a sustainable peace through sport, and that's my activity now.
And the diploma that you spoke about, can you talk about how what does it emphasize more? Is it a very research focused? Is it very practice focused? Is it a mix?
About the diploma, you
Yes.
said? Okay. Your question is not a surprise for me, because in France we have the same way in the universities to propose for the students. You have choice between research master, for example, or professional masters. In France, we have the same situation. I would like to say the same problem. It's not a real problem, but on our field, sport for development and peace, I think it's not possible to propose one or the other. So it's a mix. Students in the first semester had to learn academic program on research papers, with researchers and professors. And in the second semester, students will make a internship in the field, maybe in Nice, like with the UNICEF, like with the Red Cross,
Yes.
and all is possible in Nice, and maybe in the field, in the real field, if I can say that, in the development, in the countries in development. And after that, they will have to write a little thesis, and best of their thesis will be published.
That sounds like a great program.
Thank
You should
very
be
much.
excited. Um, it's very interesting that the sport and peace field has recently just expanded so much, and not just in interest, but in terms of the type of programs that we have. So I kind of see, us scholar athletes kind of as the pioneers of this movement, and I really envy also at the same time the new generation that's going to come, because they will have a great amount of research and training under their belt to do activities like this. And we're right now in the position that we're creating all these opportunities. So it'll be neat to, if we have the same conversation in 5-10 years from now, we might be talking about these things completely differently, and maybe more progressed, hopefully.
Yes, I hope too.
So Um, Obviously, when you start off with something new, there's many challenges, and I wanted to hear your thoughts a little bit on what you consider to be some of the main problems that we have in the sport and peace and sport and development world. Just a little note here, I've heard many problems on measurement of success, monitoring and evaluating the sport and peace programs. Is it successful or not? Does it create short-term peace or long-term peace? Does it actually create conflict, or does it actually help resolve conflict? These are things that, just some of the things that we haven't quite yet understood. And especially in the university level, in academia, there's just not much evidence. And so those are some of the things that I am aware of in terms of problems in the sport field. What are your thoughts?
What is mine?
Yes, on the problems in the sports and peace field.
Okay. Okay, I understand. According to me, the problem about sport for development and peace to create a real solution through sport, you said.
Yes, exactly.
You said a right thing about long term, short term. It's a good way it's a good approach to understand SDP, because SDP is not the only solution we have to make peace just when the conflict or just after the end of the conflict. If I said that, is because some colleagues from me said to me, but okay, you speak about sport, but when could you use sport to make peace? When? And
that's right.
Yes, it's one of main question, I think. Sport for me it's difficult to use sport just after the end of the conflict. Sometimes it's possible, like for the refugees, for children.
Yes.
Just a soccer ball, football.
Yes.
Could give some hope, some leisures, to give an end to conduct their brain in a better way than look all days their how could you say in English, pain. Sport could use for children
to help relieve some of that pain or some of the trauma they have, their trauma that they've got from the conflict.
Sport is a good tool to promote peace, but today it's not comfortable to defend sport used to make peace, but it's a good tool to promote peace.
I like that distinction. I like it. Not to make, but use it as a one way to promote peace.
Yes.
I like that distinction.
Promote peace and promote development and promote health, or healthy. How could you say?
Others? Promote
health.
Health? What is that? Santé?
La santé. Oh,
santé.
You speak
Oui,
French.
oui, je parle en français juste un peu.
Oh, wonderful.
No, but not enough to do this interview in French. Trust me.
Okay. Yes, we have in our field.
Yes.
We have to make um, make attention on our words, because crisis now or just at the end or just after the end, it's like a part really different. And sport could not be used at the same way at different sports. And this question is one of main question, I think, for me to discover this field, to make a research on this field. It's when could you use sport to make peace, to promote peace.
Interesting. No, it's very good. I've spoken to people who are, who want to focus on how you would use sport, and this is a good perspective on your emphasis of when we would actually use it. So I like it. What do they say when the basics are always who, what, when, where, why, and how? So it's good that we're all looking at different pieces of this through sport. So what do you foresee if you look 5 years from now? Where do you hope your program that mixes research and practice on sport for development and peace, where do you hope it will be? And maybe that includes what you wanted to contribute to the global community.
In 5 years, I hope to become a professor in the university in Lausanne, in Switzerland, in Swiss.
Yes.
I'm starting to make some contacts and to understand how to give my candidature, to be a candidate.
Sure.
And I hope my program in Nice will continue to develop in partnership with Swiss, because the Research Center Philippe Noël Baker could be a partner with the IOC, and IOC is just in front of the University of Lausanne.
Oh, okay. How convenient.
It's like a network, and all is connected.
But talk about being in the right place.
Yes, it's the right place to make that.
Good, good. Okay, so I guess you're hoping to develop the program even more and create more partnerships, is what you're saying.
Yes. And I hope my program will give us new solutions, new knowledges, new best practices to share our research results.
Yes.
For the other researcher in the world, like you are like Ellie Wolf, you know.
Right.
And for the practice, for the field too. It's not just for research. We are not professor just for the university. It's not just for books or papers. All we are talking about, all we are doing, is to give a better chance on the field for children, for people in countries in development. That's the way of my engage, of my activity.
Yeah, no, it's a great goal, and I wish you success, and I hope to continue collaborations together. I know we're talking about a research collaboration through your initiative, and I look forward to contributing to that. And I one I'd like to offer the people I speak with an opportunity to maybe share a funny sports story that they've had. If something comes to mind, you're happy to share. If not, I love to laugh, so anything funny that you can think of is great. If not, if I leave it open for you to share any concluding remarks, anything you want to leave us with, to think about, or to take away. The floor is yours.
I'm sorry, could you...
Yes, so either any final concluding remarks that you would like to share, please, you can do so. Or if you want to include a funny sports story, when you were practicing, maybe something funny came up, a story that you want to share, you're open to doing that.
Okay, I understood. To tell you a last information.
Exactly.
And maybe a story. Okay.
Yes.
Just to finish about your precedent, your last question.
Sure.
About the main problem on SDP. Just to finish about that, it's for me, it's 3 points we have to develop to understand how could exist this way to make an action on the field SDP. First is to understand a humanitarian action is not an action like the other. Now, humanitarian action is not like 10 years ago or 5 years ago. Now it's like a professional activity. Humanitarian action now it's finished just to have one idea and to go on the field to support peace. It's finished. Now it's like a private company's humanitarian action, and we have to understand the new world order like that. It's the first point. Second, we can observe because it's like a professional activity. We can observe SDP is between like in a concurrency between public action and private actions, between the United Nations actions on the field and the NGOs activities on the field.
Yes.
Since it's like a partnership, but I am discovering maybe it's difficult to tell about a real partnership, because the world order is based on the international relations, and international relations is made by states, and now states, it's the state is less powerful than yesterday. Now we have a new world order, if I can say that, through transnational relation. It's not international, it's transnational relation. It's with private actors. It's finished with just public actors, and a lot of people use sport for development and peace, some from public, some else from private. And we have to know this relation to understand their interest. What is the interest of public actors? What is the interest of private actors? I think for the private, for the public actors, their interest is to keep the end, to keep the power. And for the
profit, you mean? Does it have to do with profit?
Sorry?
Does it have to do with profit?
Maybe for the profit, I don't know for the public, because public is not made for profit, but it's for the political power, I think.
Okay.
And private actors, they make that, I think, sometimes for their profit, their benefits, financial maybe.
Yes.
I can't say which one, because now I haven't enough to like in French, preuve. I'm
Enough,
sorry.
No, it's okay. Enough research, maybe? Information?
Like in a murderer, you are
Evidence. Research.
Evidence.
Evidence.
Yes. I can't say which one, because I have not enough evidence.
And what I'm hearing you saying is that you're finding that sport is being used in the private industry and in the public industry, and each of those industries have their own interests in how sport is used, and those interests are coming into tension with each other. And you are saying that you want, this is one area that we have to look at. Is that correct, what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, it's like humanitarian action, global ID is used like to protect your real interest, and you don't show your interest. You put just in front of humanitarian action, humanitarian,
Yes.
and after you can work and make what you have to do.
So sport is used as a puppet, as a front.
It's not just sport, it's like the other way, it's like the other solution on the field.
Looks like we have our work cut out for us. We have lots of work to do in this field, in this industry as we move forward. And I look forward to your program developing more in Nice and to helping you expand that also in whichever way we can. Through the School for Conflict Analysis and Resolution, I know highlights both research and practice emphasis and an approach. So we would be happy to help in any way. Especially as we develop more the sport diplomacy and sport and peace building field ourselves. So thank you so much for your time again. It was good to finally meet you virtually. I'm sure we'll meet soon in the real world.
Thank you very much for permit to me to have an exchange and to share some ideas on our field.
Absolutely.
Together. You are invited to the first annual conference on sport for development and peace next September, on 21 September.
Wonderful. Thank you. I look forward to the invitation. Okay, thanks again for joining us. And let's continue to share our thoughts. I look forward to maybe another interview with you soon, in a couple months.
Okay, with pleasure.
Thank you again for doing this interview in English. Your English is much better than my French, so I'm sure whoever is going to listen to this interview will appreciate your good English.
Thank you very much, Soma.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure for me to meet you.
Thank you. Likewise. Have a good evening.